Welcome back. So the topic that we have is grabbing the output of external program. If you have a program on Linux or Windows or whatever operating system you're using, you can grab the output of the console program. For example, you want to get the job done from an external program. For example, you want some dimensions of an image like width and height, or maybe in as meta file, and you want the rectangle information with the left, top, right, and bottom corners. So in here, in this example, I'm using stdlib because I'm just reallocating malloc and realloc. Realloc actually extends the size of existing allocation that you have done into the buffer. Buffer is character pointer, which actually is the one for which we are allocating the string. Now I'm running this tcc-v. If you run it here, for example, cmd, we say tcc-v, and we'll come to know that it prints this string. We want to grab this string and use it within the program. Like in here, we are grabbing in this Genie is grabbing the output and compiler's output and showing us here. And this is the status, this is the messages, and this is the compiler log. So what we do is we'll run this compiler and ask it to give us its version. If we compile and run the program, we'll see that TCC version has been printed out. What we can do also is create our program, a small program, simple, stupid program, we would say, is doing nothing more than just printing the string YC is important. It will put a full stop here, and we will compile this program. Okay, we run this program and we see the output. Fine. We do have the executable in this folder now. This is the executable name. What we can do is we can put it here, name of the program, and we can just execute and get the buffer and get it into the buffer, the output, and show it. That's it. Now, let's review the program. You're going to use popen. This is pipe opening. You're opening a pipe to the operating system, and you're executing a function, executing a program, and grabbing its output if the file pointer, where it's just a file, okay? It's just like a simple files that we were using. You're going to assign this whatsoever is returned from your reading, not writing, okay? You're just reading. So you're reading, and this file pointer is to be used. If it is null, just like the files when we open them, if they are null, we issue an error. P-error actually is nothing to do with the popen or etc. It's just printing on the std error stream an error. It's going to make it a bit more suitable. Fine enough. Now we have buffer is 0. It's empty by default. Usually we assign null. Fine enough. It's the same. And buffer size is 0 in the beginning. Okay. What we do is we create a character string in here. That is the maximum buffer that we are going to read. So what we do is we use fgetS that we used for reading a line from the files usually. We provide our array here, size. This is the size. This is what maximum we can read into this array. And then from the file pointer. If it is null, of course, we say, okay, break the loop. Do not read further because the fget function has returned us null. Then what we do is we increase buffer size is 0 by default. You see here, this is buffer size and it is 0. So we add string length whatsoever has been read in this line. Its length plus 1. We have to add 1 extra character. So we add it to buffer, and then we say buffer should be reallocated. Reallocated. Realloc. You're going to use function realloc in the buffer and the size. Exactly the same arguments that you have been using for the malloc. And this is what you are going to use for the realloc. Okay. So this is the new buffer size. Buffer has now string length, and this will be expanded. Now, if buffer is null, for example, its system is not able to allocate, and this will issue a warning on the stdout and return one function. Any program, any C program, main program is, if it is supposed to let the operating system know that some error has occurred, you would be returning anything other than 0. So what we do is we take the buffer and we append the line to it. That's it. And once this is done, the string keeps concatenating back to the buffer. And at the end, we assign at the buffer size, whatsoever the buffer size is. At the end of that, we give a null character, which usually is, many people use this way. This actually means 0. So the last null character, the terminating character, we print it and we free the buffer. And exactly the same way you close other files, you'll have to close the pipe. And that's it. This was an additional bonus lecture for you. I hope it helps. If you need any help, further help, just let me know and I'll be explaining it. Thank you.